Coming right up, Straight Talk with Art Levine. Our guest tonight, Long Beach State head women's volleyball coach Brian Gimmillaro, retired, as we continue our 25th anniversary year.
Straight Talk is brought to you in part by the Port of Long Beach, a leader in international trade and environmental stewardship. And the Press Telegram, your local news leader for over 100 years. And Scan Health Plan, for your health and independence.
Join us for tonight's edition of Straight Talk. And now your host, Art Levine.
Good evening and welcome to Straight Talk. Our guest for the entire show is Long Beach State head women's volleyball coach, retired, Brian Gimmillaro, and we'll be discussing with him his really phenomenal record in the 30-plus years he's been here at Long Beach State. Brian, you love this job.
First, thank you for having me, and congratulations on 25 years yourself. It's amazing to me that you've been able to do this, and I think I've been here at least 20 years of that time.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate you always having me.
And you've given us great insights, and in a moment I'll give our audience some of the incredible statistics, but you've given us great insights as to what it takes to make a winning team. And there are so many colleges that today have women's volleyball
Yeah,
teams.
Almost every college in the United States has a Division I team. And I think what I'm most proud of is being able to be here for 32 seasons. And we took over a team that was really on the bottom of that college group. And we were able to, and we're the only program in the United States that was able to start at the bottom and go to the top. And in 4 years, we won our first national championship. And I think that's the thing that I'm most proud of. And being able to represent this community and win the university's first national championship.
And under your guidance, our team won 3 NCAA championships with the legendary Misty May playing in several of those.
Sure. Well, Misty was a great player, and she was a captain and maybe one of the best teams ever. I just saw a book come out on the history of volleyball, and her team's on the cover is one of the greatest teams of all time. But we also had other great players before her. We had Tara Cross, who was the first-time All-American, first two-time NCAA Player of the Year, played in 4 Olympics. Danielle Scott, same thing, but played in 5 Olympics. And then Misty later on, who played in 4 Olympics and won 3 gold medals herself.
And we were happy to put Brian on the cover of the new issue, the July-August issue of our Straight Talk magazine, focusing on 100 Days of Summer, but also including such important things as Brian's work with the women's volleyball team. And let me just mention 13 NCAA Regionals, 8 Final Fours, 3 championships we just mentioned, 27 tournament appearances, and 25 straight. That's remarkable.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody will ever top that at the university, 25 straight NCAA appearances, because no one lasts that long. But I was really, really, really fortunate. And part of the reason I was fortunate is simply that I had such support at this university and this community, and we were able to have something special here. And it was special because the players felt is that this wasn't just another university, but a real special place to help them grow.
And recruiting is an incredibly important part of your job, visiting the parents in their home communities and convincing them to let their daughter be under your guidance for 4 years.
You mentioned that, which is interesting because my favorite part about recruiting was actually going into someone's home, because it wasn't on our grounds, it was on their grounds. I saw more homes and talked to more parents and saw more kids' rooms, and it was really it was a very interesting phenomenon, and I really enjoyed that. You learn so much about that, about the people, and I did that in probably 46 different states and several countries. Even this summer, before I retired, I went and saw one of our European players coming in.
Wonderful.
And it was a wonderful experience for me.
And it's no secret that over the years you've been offered jobs at other universities at, might I say, several times the salary you're making here, and you've chose to stay here. Tell us why.
Well, I think that you got, professionally, if you get something special and you want to prove to yourself and to others that that can happen, you don't have to be at a more powerful university to be successful. And I think what I mean by powerful is those schools that are always in the news. And I always thought that we underestimated ourselves at this school. We didn't realize what a great city we had. We never realized what a great university we have. And now that's beginning to happen. And there were several other reasons that I stayed. The money was certainly better in other places, but my kids grew up in the Pyramid.
The sense of community of Long Beach was
Yes.
important to you and your family.
Yes, my kids grew up in the Pyramid. They had the greatest babysitters, and I mean it, from my team. Our babysitters could have won the Olympics, but but my kids were around, my son and daughter, not just my daughter, were around really strong, great, successful women with an amazing presence. And just think how valuable that was for my son and daughter.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and they grew up in that.
And you have a son who went to Stanford.
No, my
daughter went to Stanford.
Daughter went to Stanford and got her master's at Stanford. My son went to MIT.
Not too shabby. You know, you talk about students/athletes, and on quite a few campuses, the athlete part of that equation is barely hanging in there.
Yes. Our GPA for our indoor team this year was 3.3, and the GPA for the outdoor team, the beach team, was 3.8.
The players.
The players.
We need to hire more players to boost our academic.
It was really quite impressive.
But we take that seriously at Long Beach State. It's not just a phrase or something to be checked off.
No. We'll have, I'm retired, but this fall's team will have several graduate students on the team who still have eligibility. But they're
because they're graduate students?
Yeah, they graduated so quickly that they still are eligible to play.
I see.
But they're graduate students.
And they will play.
And they will play.
Yeah, okay. Okay, well, we'll be continuing with this wonderful conversation after these messages.
At the Port of Long Beach, we're not only delivering jobs, smart ideas, and forward-thinking environmental initiatives, we're also delivering opportunity for all of Southern California. Oh, and a clearer horizon line. To learn more, go to POLB.com, the Port of Long Beach, thinking outside the docks.
Water conservation. At Performance Plus Tire, you'll find we carry Toyo tires. For over 50 years, Toyo has been a world leader in the development of high-quality tires. Optimum performance, safety, and a comfortable ride. That's what makes Toyo tires great. And now come into Performance Plus Tire for a great deal on these Toyo tires. Proxys ST, Open Country AT, and Proxys 4. Toyo tires, driven to perform. Come in today and we'll install new Toyo tires on your vehicle while you wait. Performance Plus Tire on Cherry Avenue, 1 mile north of the 405 in Long Beach.
Phil Trainees mixes California style with continental cuisine that includes fresh seafood from around the world. Since Phil is the chef, the menu has a wide variety of pastas, salads, soups, and appetizers that feature his unique personal touch. And the Italian-American signature dishes are simply beyond delicious. You never know who you're going to run into at Trainees, from the famous sports legends on the Wall of Fame to local celebrities having a drink at the bar. For the best fine dining experience, visit Phil Trainees.
We're back continuing this remarkable conversation with Brian Gimmillaro. Brian, why did you retire after 30 years in this remarkable record? How do you give up something like this?
Well, first, the team I think is going to be the best team we've had in 15 years.
Really? Based on the recruiting?
Based on recruiting, based on experience, based on ability, and based on age. It's a
really
mature, excellent group.
So you're not abandoning a team going down.
That's difficult.
You're leaving a team going up.
It's really a good team, best again in 15 years. And then the beach team, I think, is going to be maybe win the whole national championship.
Really?
But indoor, they have a chance this year and maybe next year, because we only have one senior, to win again. So it's a good team, and we left them in a good financial position. But it's a long story, but I've been an educator for 46 years, a coach for 41 years, and 32 years here. And I wanted to see when am I going to do the next thing in my life? You know, when am I going to experience the next thing?
The bucket list.
Well, I hate that term. God, that means there's a finality to it, which we all
guess what?
are aware.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, but
I picture you sitting, watching Long Beach State play whoever, and it's jarring to think you're there, and they're over. Well, you're not part of that, but you are part of it in a sense.
And I'm really happy who they hired. There's so many good candidates. Joy McKenzie, who's the new coach, was a player for me, captain on a national championship team. We're very close. We've been close since she's been a little kid. When I met her,
she feels this.
Yeah, I really like her. I think she's a great pick. Friends with her family and her mom and her brother, and we've been close for a long time, and I think she'll do an excellent job.
Wonderful.
It's a great pick. But I won't be, I think I'm going to start doing, it appears right now that I will be doing some television broadcasting. Of not your job.
Okay.
But do color commentary at volleyball games. And
Perfect.
I'm talking to several companies right now, and that'll happen. Next, I'm taking my volleyball education that I've done forever. We've been lucky enough to sell about 40,000 DVDs on instruction during my career, and I'm going to put that all online now. So it'll be a new. I'm doing that right
business
now.
Venture.
New business venture, all online. So I'll do the TV. I'll do the business venture. I'll make some public appearances, speaking.
Will you come back and see us?
Art, you're amazing. I don't know how you've done this 25 years, given the scope of what happens with cable, and I'm really impressed, and I would always do it, and I'm a big fan and supporter.
Thank you.
But so I'm venturing into that, and when you do something for 46 years and 41 years of coaching, it's a big change. But also it's pretty exciting, the possibilities of the future.
Yeah, there are all kinds, and they say there's a book inside of everybody. I'm been writing, my wife's written 3 books in the time I'm trying to write 1, but there's obviously a book inside of you.
Well, I wrote a book and it almost killed me. The DVDs were easy, the book was difficult, but I have also been luckily approached by some people who would like to co-author a book with me.
Broadening your expertise from volleyball to life, and
Yeah.
we've talked in past years about some of these issues. Please share with our viewers again what you shared with me, and we did it on air, about the issue of diversity. Your teams historically, Long Beach State is a diverse city.
Yep.
Long Beach is a diverse city. Long Beach State is a very diverse campus, and your teams have been quite diverse, racially, religious, and all.
Yep.
But that can be a problem in some settings. You use it as a strength. Tell us about that.
Well, now we're going in a kind of a different avenue. This year we have 6 players from 6 different countries. And now think about, and I visited all of those countries, and think about, and what I find in every country is there's a unique sense of pride in every country, everyone I visited. And
a sense of pride
about their culture, about their
culture.
past, about their families, about their history. Yeah. So I always study their history before I go to see them. And it's amazing how much you can learn. But think about sharing 6 or 7 or 8 or 10 different cultures, people from all over the world, and sharing that and learning how to respect it and bring out the pride in everyone, where that can be unifying so that you can be stronger than any group when you have the unification of different cultures.
And how do you work that into the program, these 6 different cultures in 6 different countries?
Well, right off the bat, when the team meets,
I'm Joe and I'm from Romania.
Yeah, it's what I like is to everybody learn a little about the country the players come from. And I like to, we do a little history in opening dinner, and I know some facts that are pretty impressive about every country. And so they, not only do we get a map out, and it's not a.
But you're talking about their country, and they have a sense of pride as you talk about their country and their country
and how valuable they are to the group as a whole. And I think that's something that, especially this day and age, we need even more and more.
Amen to that. And I've said before, and I really believe it, that America, for whatever faults we might have, is still the greatest example in the history of mankind of multiculturalism working. We have citizens and residents of this country from all over the world. From this very campus, we have over 100 countries represented. And that, handled correctly, as we do here, adds enormous strength to the campus.
There's no question. And by the way, I don't do it for other people. I just get great growth in myself from all these players. Yeah. I learn so much about the world from the other players.
Wow. Okay, we'll be back with the rest of our show after these messages.
How do you like your chances the rest of the way?
I got no idea. But I do know that if we stay with Naples Rib Company, at least we won't go hungry.
Coach, what do you think about some of those questionable calls tonight?
Yeah, but if you want a sound call, I'd call Naples Rib Company. You can't miss on that call.
Then Naples Rib Company is part of your game plan?
There really is nothing more motivating than a great barbecue meal at Naples Rib Company.
Victory or not, Naples Rib Company, great game plan.
Founded in 1976, Polly's Gourmet Coffee is Southern California's most complete gourmet coffee store. Polly's has the best tasting coffee, freshly roasted every day right in the store, plus a wide selection of teas, an in-house bakery, espresso bar, patio dining, and more. We also offer Wi-Fi, free internet access for all of our customers. Our nationwide clientele agree when it comes to coffee, there's only one name to remember, Polly's, 4606 East 2nd Street, welcoming you into Belmont Shore.
Charter Our Community, along with our partners at Rebuilding Together, have helped more than 1,100 homeowners in the communities Charter serves, and we're helping more every day.
Everything is fantastic. I can't believe it.
At Charter, we're committed to improving the places people call home and ensuring that families live in safe and suitable housing.
It's just a big blessing for me. Couldn't do it by myself.
Visit charterourcommunity.com for helpful home safety tips or for information on how you can get involved.
Continuing our conversation with the coach, Brian Gimmillaro. Brian, we've talked a lot about what you've given to the university and the program and the community. What has the community and the university given to you?
Well, I was lucky enough a year ago to be the distinguished alumni from my program, and when I was standing up there to make a speech, I realized that I'm kind of what this university has done, create opportunity. It created opportunity for me. You know, I didn't have much as a young kid. We had a poor family built with a lot of care about education, and I was able to get educated here. And then to be able to come back and work here was an amazing thing for me. It wasn't the goal to come back, but I lived in Long Beach, and it ended up working here. And that gave me a great opportunity. Look, I put my kids through school from Long Beach State. I've been honored in this community several times. Leadership Long Beach gave me an award. The Century Club has given me numerous awards. I've been treated with such respect and dignity. It's very rare that people in Southern California can feel like they're part of a small community.
Yes.
And that's what I've felt like my whole life. And I am part of that community, and how much more can you ask for?
And Long Beach has been aptly named, in my judgment, the biggest small town in America, and it has that sense of community.
Right.
And we've had the privilege of interviewing on this show several Olympians, and as you know, we send a lot of Olympians from Long Beach, as much as perhaps any city in the country. And I've spoken to them about this, and they feel that the support that they have received, not just financial support and facilities, but the emotional support that they get from this community has helped propel them to the heights that they reached in the Olympics.
There's no question. We've had 16 times our players have made the Olympic team, so we're proud of that. The other thing that I've gotten is you don't work alone. You know, you never work alone. It's how many good presidents have I worked for? 7 different presidents, 7 good ADs, been mentored and worked, and how the support staff at the university. When I wrote a little note about retirement to the staff, you're not going to be successful without the people behind the scenes. You're not going to be successful from support groups from every part of this campus. Every part of this campus takes part in the student's life, and everyone has gone out of their way to allow me to function and to maximize my abilities. And that's really, I'm so grateful to that.
And I'm sure you express your gratitude in real time to these people that have been, quote, part of your team. Mm-hmm. And they appreciate that and acknowledge that, because we all know people who are maybe have important positions and all, but they get a little carried away with themselves. And we occasionally interview one like that on the show, an elected official, say, who's just taken aback by the fact that he or she is X. And it's so easy to see the difference between those kind of folks and those that really want to accomplish something for the community in holding that office.
Yeah, I said in my thing, you know, that I remarked the old Beach Boys song, "God only knows where I'd be without you." and so I feel that way about this university and about the community. And I'm also lucky that some members of this community are going to hold a retirement banquet for me, and it's going to be sometime in August. And I hope you'll come. You've got to come as my guest.
Honored to be there. Well earned.
And I would like to say goodbye there at that time and tell them how much I appreciate everything that people have done for me.
Well, to make that kind of a mark on so many people, I mean, I don't have any kids, but teaching in a sense gives you a chance to have an imprint on thousands of kids over the 40 years that I've been here, and you have a very distinct and direct and close contact with this remarkable. They all seem to be beautiful. I know you can't comment on that because they're all beautiful
They're
to
all
you.
all people, all the women are beautiful.
They have to be in shape to play on the team, so that's number one. Sure. And they have that energy that is quite transformative and attractive to lesser mortals like myself.
Well, one of the great things about coaching is almost the perfect educational position because you're with people for a long time, and a lot of hours a day, and a lot of many years, 4 or 5 years you're together. So you see incredible growth, and it's a great educational opportunity. It's probably the best.
And that's a time of growth in most human beings, 18 to 22.
Right.
And you're getting them there and having an impact at a time that an impact can really be made.
Crucial, 18 to 22 for young women is an amazing period of time, and they teach me things every time I meet with them.
Do you ever get a letter from someone from 10, 15 years ago saying, hey, Coach, I just wanted to know that I'm married and had 4 kids or this or that?
I was really fortunate. We've had thousands of internet, social media comments about my retirement, and I'm really, really touched about those. But, some of the ones are, it's really amazing to see young people that you coached have families.
Yes, I know. It makes you feel older.
Well, it makes you feel so good because they tell you that some of the things they do as a parent, they learned from you. Yeah. And that's amazing. And the other notes that I got that were really nice, these social ones, were times that I'd walk into a gym and I'd see a little young kid, and I felt it was fun for me to walk up to this young person and they just play with them or throw a ball to them and all that. And I get several comments from parents who said, that was great. Or, I've never met you, I only saw you at a speaking engagement, but you've influenced my life. And when you get comments like that, those are the special parts about coaching.
And the special parts about life. We'll be back with the rest of our show after these messages.
Phil Trainees mixes California style with continental cuisine that includes fresh seafood from around the world. Since Phil is the chef, the menu has a wide variety of pastas, salads, soups, and appetizers that feature his unique personal touch. And the Italian-American signature dishes are simply beyond delicious. You never know who you're going to run into at Trainees, from the famous sports legends on the Wall of Fame to local celebrities having a drink at the bar. For the best fine dining experience, visit Phil Trainees.
There's a world of opportunity available through the College of Continuing and Professional Education at Cal State Long Beach. Would you like to move ahead in the field of human resources and personnel management? Sign up for the Human Resources Management Certificate Program. You'll learn how to expand your knowledge and skills and advance in this dynamic industry. For more information, contact the College of Continuing and Professional Education at Cal State Long Beach.
You've been planning this moment for a long time. It couldn't be a more perfect moment. And you have the perfect ring that will tell her, I want to love you forever. But nothing is perfect.
Don't listen to that guy. He got the ring at McCarty's.
McCarty's makes a moment.
The Long Beach community and Long Beach State in particular has been very fortunate to have a coach of the quality of our guest, Brian Gimmillaro, for 30 years, and the impact that he's had on hundreds and hundreds of young ladies, and I'm sure men as well. So thank you, Brian, for all you've done for our city and our university.
Thanks, Art, and I appreciate it. I just wanted to thank everybody at this university for having me for 32 years, and I'll always be a 49er, and I truly appreciate everything anyone's done. I'm not going to disappear. They certainly can find me online, but I hope to see you at my retirement dinner. And
Absolutely.
And thank you again so much for hosting me for so many times.
It's been our pleasure, and again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching. Please join us next week for the next edition of Straight Talk. Good night, everyone.
Straight Talk has been brought to you by the Port of Long Beach, the Press Telegram, and Scan Health Plan. And remember, Straight Talk is viewable 24/7 at straighttalktv.com.